Today's collector really knows her subject. She's as bright as a button.
You push a little button and you get hot chocolate. Push a little button and you get some tea. The world's gone mad just pushing little buttons, but what about you and me?
I was hunting around in a junk shop and this button was in a tin. This is actually a Satsuma. And I went to the library and started to look for books on buttons.
She's been collecting for well over 30 years. These look like diamonds, but would you believe it's steel?
There is a famous cartoon in the British Museum of Coup de Bouton, and there he is with his cut steel buttons dazzling his lady. You know when Black Rod opens Parliament? He wears this type of button on his uniform.
Buttons on waistcoats tell you something about the wearer. This chap was obviously a football fan, and sometimes they tell you a whole life story.
In 1851, AA and MP were married. In 1901, they had their golden wedding. He's worn these down his waistcoat. I think it's a lovely story. I wish I knew who the people were.
Jenny has buttons made of metal, wood, nuts and shells.
And you can see where it's been drilled out to make all the buttons from. And there again, an abalone shell.
It must have been very hard to work on them because they must have been very brittle, aren't they?
Yeah, and it smells as though you've been filing your nails because it's keratin.
The Caroso nut came back from South America on ships as ballast.
They would then tumble these in hot, steamy conditions, and inside you would have a nut, and when you slice the nut, it's this lovely cream colour. They made the trouser buttons out of this for the troops in the First World War, until they discovered that the rats in the trenches were eating them.
Just pushing little buttons.
Jenny's collection started because she liked buttons, but she soon realised they're a little bit of social history.
Jenny would like your help with this one. Who's this gentleman? What's the importance of August 1910? It's the curious case of the mystery button.
What about you